Could Greens boot Emerson in first ever Queensland seat victory? The Greens are considered a strong chance in an inner Brisbane seat according to early 2017 Queensland election results, and could potentially boot senior LNP MP Scott Emerson and claim their first ever election victory in the state. The Greens' Michael Berkman ranked ahead of Emerson after preferences in the newly created seat of Maiwar, just after 8 p.m. With 60% of the vote counted and on two-party preferred terms, Berkman was first in the newly created inner Brisbane seat. The environmental lawyer had 52.6% to Emerson's 47.4% just after 8 p.m. In primary votes, Emerson, who currently holds the absorbed seat of Indooroopilly, had 40.9% to Berkman's 28.65%. Labour candidate Ali King had 28% of the vote, with preferences expected to flow to Berkman. Independent Anita Diamond rounded out the ballot paper and had 2.4% of the vote. Just after 8 p.m., Emerson told 9NEWS it would be a tough fight, but said he was still confident due to postal votes yet to be counted. There's still a lot of pre-postal votes and pre-poll votes to come through, so we'll see where they land, Emerson said, and added that such votes tend to go to sitting members. I knew from day one this was going to be a tough fight, but I didn't run away and try to find a safer seat, he said. Emerson said there were dramatic changes this election, including a significant shift to electoral boundaries and the introduction of a full preferential voting system requiring voters to number all boxes on their ballot papers. If we had optional preferential voting still, I suspect we would have seen a very high exhaustion rate coming from Labour or the Greens, whoever finished third to the other two parties, he said. One Nation didn't run a candidate in the inner Brisbane seat. 9 p.m, Labour's Trad claims victory in South Brisbane. Labour's Deputy Premier Jackie Trad has claimed victory over Greens hopeful Amy McMahon in South Brisbane, based on two-party preferred figures. We do know here in South Brisbane that Labour will end up with about 53% of the two-candidate vote, Trad told cheering supporters about 9 p.m. McMahon was narrowly ahead on primary votes at 36.48% to Trad's 36.25%, but preferences from the LNP's Simon Quinn, who had 21.88% of the vote, put Trad ahead after preferences. Earlier in the night, McMahon told 9NEWS the race was tight. Look, it's really close, it's probably still too early to tell, but we've got an amazing group of people here tonight and an incredible team of volunteers on the ground, and we'll be watching the numbers closely over the next couple of hours, McMahon said about 8 p.m. It's incredibly close. We always know this was going to be very tight. We're taking on the Deputy Premier, we're taking on the two major parties, but we have cut through with a message of hope and a future for all of us. People have responded so well to the message that we have been spreading around affordable housing, 100% publicly owned renewable energy, having an infrastructure bank, a good public transport system. This is what people have been voting for. McMahon said the swing towards the Greens suggested people were tired of the major parties and concerned about property development in Brisbane. 9 p.m, Greens behind in McConnell. In the Brisbane seat of McConnell, the Greens' Kirsten Lovejoy had 28.84% of the primary vote, with the LNP's Jamie Forster and Labour's Grace Grace in a tight race at 34.54% and 34.01% respectively, about 9 p.m.